Hey, what's up everybody? So I hope you're all having an incredible week. So this past week I just saw the movie The Disaster Artist and I've always been fascinated by the story. But after I saw the movie, I became even more fascinated with the story. So that gave me an idea about people who turn their failures into a success. Now I know a few months ago I made a video very similar to that topic, so consider this part 2 of that video. Because it's really amazing how people can turn their worst moment of their career into their finest hour. Number 1. The Disaster Artist. Technically, this is about Tommy Wiseau and Greg Sestero, two aspiring actors who moved to LA to become Hollywood actors. After a lot of rejection, they decided to make their own movie, only for it to get laughed at during the premiere. It was so poorly reviewed that the critics started calling it the Citizen Kane of bad movies. Obviously, no filmmaker wants to hear that. No filmmaker wants to hear that their tragic drama is being laughed at. So what do? They start advertising their movie as a black comedy. A movie where people can watch and have fun, and it now has become a cult phenomenon. As bad as this movie is 15 years old and still plays at theaters every now and then to sold out crowds. How crazy is that? Number 2, Nintendo. It's hard to imagine a time where there was no Mario with Nintendo, but I want to take you back to a time where there was actually no Mario with Nintendo. The year is 1980. This is a few years before the NES came out, and Nintendo wanted to release an arcade game called Radar Scope to America. But unfortunately, or fortunately depending on how you look at it, Radar Scope bombed and Nintendo was stuck with thousands of these Radar Scope machines in their warehouse. They obviously didn't want it to go to waste, so they asked their employees to come up with a game idea. And a young game designer by the name of Shigeru Miyamoto's idea was picked, and he created Donkey Kong. This failure didn't only help create a massive icon within the game industry, it also helped spark the career of the man who would go on to create Mario, Star Fox, Zelda, Pilotwings, and Pikmin. Number 3, Netflix. Some people may not necessarily call this a failure, but I still think it's kind of interesting. Back in the year 2000, Blockbuster was still at the top of the video rental chain, and Netflix was still pretty brand new. So Netflix founders Reed Hastings and Mark Randolph offered to sell Netflix to Blockbuster for $50 million. Blockbuster felt that Netflix was a niche market and rejected them. We all know the story. Netflix is completely changing the world right now, and is currently worth over $100 billion. By the way, a bit of a trivia question. What is the last video to be rented at Blockbuster? The answer at the end of this video. Number 4, Grand Theft Auto. This one I find really fascinating, probably because I love the GTA series. Grand Theft Auto was originally called Race and Chase, where the player can choose to either be the cops or the criminal, and they would be able to complete various missions. The game was met with a lot of difficulties. It wasn't engaging enough. It was very unstable and also very glitchy. Believe it or not, the turning point came with a glitch. Soon the game testers started to ignore the missions and started to play around within the game's world. And that is when Rockstar Games redesigned the game to be what we know of it today. Number 5, Wheaties. The Breakfast of Champions. It started when a dietitian was working at the Washburn Crosby Company. He accidentally spilled some brand grill on the stove that he was working on. He decided to taste some and it turned out to taste a lot better than what he was working on, and boom! Your number 1 sporting cereal is born. Oh no, I accidentally spilled some brand grill on the stove. Oh, I must taste some before I throw it out. Hey, that is pretty good. And the answer to the trivia question, what was the last video to be rented at Blockbuster? The answer is, this is the end. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I hope you guys learned something from this video. If you guys ever wonder what I did and you're interested in making some extra income around your schedule, at home, or around the things that you love to do, please visit my website, BrentHosaka.com, to learn more, and maybe we could work together in the future. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. If you guys have any suggestions for the future videos, please leave in the comments below. And if you like this video, please like. If you want to see more videos just like this one, please hit the subscribe button. And I hope you guys have a great rest of your week. I'll talk to you guys next week. See you later, buddy. Bye.